All right, guys. So now we're going to talk about static stretching. Now, for a lot of you, normal people, when it comes to stretching, most people, what they are doing is static stretching, which is the type of stuff that you see people going like this, and like all this stuff, and kind of that stuff like that. This is what we call static stretching, and static stretching is holding a stretch for about 30 seconds and basically holding it to the point of tension that is acceptable for you, wherever that may be in your, what we call your range of motion. Every muscle that we have has a specific range of motion, which is, you know, what is your maximum range of motion and your limited range of motion. And as we've talked about in previous videos, depending on your lifestyle, certain habits that we may have may limit your range of motion, and through these static stretches will allow you to correct your limitations and get your optimal range of motion back in your body, so that you're able to maximize your potential in terms of your workouts. So one of the first stretches that we're going to do is your soleus and your gastrocnemius. And where's your soleus and your gastrocnemius? Can anybody remember where that is? What area of your body is that? If you said here, the bottom part of your legs, then you're correct, and that's where we're going to start stretching. Now, there's many ways to skin a cat, and I'm going to show you two ways that I like to use for simple stretches of the gastrocnemius. One of which you've probably seen in the past, which is you go against the wall and then you just kind of like stretch, and you basically will hold it for 30 seconds. All right? And then you do your other leg. Now, another way that I like to use, recently I feel like I get more of a stretch out of it, is you could stand on something that will elevate your foot and put you in a state of dorsiflexion. Okay? So I'm going to use this dumbbell here. I'm going to put my leg there and I'm going to step forward in front of it, and you're going to feel a real stretch into your gastroc and your soleus. All right? I personally like this one a lot more. Right? And you hold it for 30 seconds. I'm going to hold this particular one for 30 seconds. Okay? And then you would do the other one. Step on it, step in front of it, and then just push your heel down into the floor. Push that heel and squeeze your glute if you want to get more tension, and maybe even squeezing your abdomen to get maximal stretch out of it. Oh, that feels good. All right, your next stretch is going to be your supine bicep femoris. Now, when we say supine, it means that you're laying on your back. Anytime I use the word supine in our videos, that means basically laying on your back. And then there's going to be times where I use the word prone, which is going to be laying on your front, right? So let's do a supine bicep femoris. Now, do you remember what your bicep femoris is? If you said the back, your hamstrings, you're correct. And it's the outer muscle on your hamstring, the outer part of it in the back, right? So you're basically going to lay down, and the leg that you're stretching, you're going to bring it up to a 90-degree angle. So in this case, I'm stretching my left leg, and the other leg is going to be straight down forward, right? Now, there's a tendon that you can feel right here right behind your knee. It's a really seriously protruding tendon. That's a tendon right there, right? Now, with my other hand, I'm going to grab that tendon. I'm going to get this leg and straighten it out, and I'm going to pull that way. And you should feel a nice stretch right up in here. And you're going to hold that for 30 seconds. And try not to let your body
go along with that. You're just trying to stretch the leg. So try to keep the rest of your body on the ground as best as you can. Okay, I'm going to put this one down. Oh, that feels good. Great. Now, a next stretch that we're going to do is going to be your latissimus dorsi ball stretch. Now, your latissimus dorsi is this muscle over here. Some people like to even say it's the gluteus maximus of the back because it allows you to create a lot of motion. It transfers a lot of force from your center up into your top extremity. So it's a very important muscle, and it's a very not very stretched out kind of muscle. So usually we like to use a stability ball. All right, so you're gonna get on all fours. Now some people do it with two hands. I like to just do it with one, right? And then you're gonna get out and you're gonna roll the ball out a little bit. And you're gonna feel a nice squeeze. Come back, and then roll it back out. Get on the other arm. I have a little bit of a pain in my left shoulder, but I'll just... Okay,